Welcome to the first Tribal Council of Survivor Blood versus Water with the Damu tribe. Tonight, two players will be eliminated from the game, one from the Damu tribe and one from the Machozi tribe. Tonight I have some questions for our Damu tribe. The first is, what do you base the vote on for the first Tribal Council in a game like this? And anyone who has an idea can answer.
I'll go.
Sure.
I think it's really tough right now because nobody really knows anybody. We're all still trying to get to know everybody at this point because of how that last challenge went for us. I really think it's important that we keep a strong group of people to move forward and win the next challenge.
Sure. Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the first vote is always hard because honestly, I like everybody. I think everybody's great. But we're here and we have to make a choice. And so it's hard.
Is the idea that we are online and only some of this can be physical, a lot of this can be mental, does that play into choices tonight?
I'll go and I'll say, yeah. I mean, it's hard to make decisions just texting people or whatever. Like in face-to-face, obviously, I mean, you can figure out who's a good liar, who's a bad liar, who's playing you, who's not, who's over there talking to them when they're not talking to you. But via text, you got nothing to go on other than what people are saying to you or not saying to you. So you're kind of using your gut in a lot of places where you could use more instinct than just your gut feeling.
Sure. Bethany, I saw you nodding a little bit. Do you want to add to that?
I think that's definitely true. It's hard to get a feel for people over text. And also just like me personally, I'm just a terrible texter. It's just how I am. So yeah, it's definitely more difficult over text than in person.
Sure. So how would you compare this tribe to the other tribes just based off our first event? It could be anyone.
I mean, I think it's hard to compare right now because it was only one challenge, and I can only at least say for me, whenever I do these like challenges where you have to go find something in the house, it's hard for me because I live in a 2-story colonial with a full attic and a full basement. So I got stairs everywhere. So I'm like booking upstairs to try to find things. And where other people might live in a small apartment and they don't have to. So it has absolutely nothing to do with like the skill of the person. It's just the luck of the draw.
And another, to Jenny's point, I'm shocked that the Machozi tribe did not do better in the last challenge than they did, because they have 2 sets of couplings that live together. So I know with me in the issue, I won't say the issue like that, but like me, I would get a letter and I had to run through the house looking for that letter. And I can't turn to Jenna and be like, I need this. Like, what is it? Like, where people like Emily and Sean and then Andrew and Joseph could yell, they know what each other's looking for if they planned. So if they find something for the other person, they can hand it off and I got you and whatever. So I'm surprised they didn't do as well as or didn't do better than they did, because I thought that would have worked much more into their advantage than it seemed to.
Yeah, that leads me to another question. Obviously, having partners in this game can change strategy. How do you think this will influence or affect your strategy as a player? Kind of jumping off of what Ethan was just talking about there. And obviously, we have James, Amy, why don't you talk about that?
James, are you there?
Yeah. I think having a partner is nice, but at the same time, the number is so large with 18 people. You need more than just 2 people on your side in order to sway anything in this game. I mean, it's a tribe of 6, and if me and Amy vote the same way and the other 4 vote a different way, it doesn't matter. So I think it's nice to have a partner, but at the same time, you need more than just your partner. Like in regular Survivor, you have to build strong alliances with people you trust.
Oh, that, and as well, like having a partner, it's a partner to start, but it's also an individual in the end. So even though you're, working with your partner or playing with the partner, you're still playing for yourself at the end.
All right, anyone else want to talk about that? You all have partners in the game who are separated from you and put on other tribes. How do you feel about that?
Personally, I'd rather be separated from my partner than with my partner. I just don't like her. Just kidding.
You know she's gonna watch this.
I think that if you are on a tribe with your partner, you kind of become like a target. And I watched recently the real life Survivor Blood versus Water, and a lot of people are like, before the merge, you got to break up all these partners. You got to send half of them home. So when you get to the merge, you can make alliances and not worry about where their loyalties go. And I think that plays a big part in this game as well.
Anyone else? All right. Well, unfortunately, it is time to cast the first vote to eliminate a player from your tribe. In just a moment, I'll ask you to send me a text of the person that you are voting out of the game. Remember, as a reminder, if there happens to be a tied vote, then the players will vote again without the two players that were tied or three. And then if there happens to be another tie, it goes to a random draw between the people that were not tied. Hopefully you read that in the directions. That's the way it works. All right, it is now time to vote. So everyone, you can text me and only me, don't do it in your text group, who you are choosing to vote out tonight. All right, and give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
I almost just drank my candle.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, well, I mean, I do it all the time. I mean, after a couple drinks, candles and drinks, they're the same shape. There's a good amount of liquid in both.
What do you think our challenge is going to be tonight?
I have no clue.
Something crazy.
Oh, he's back. Shh.
Yes, there's only 6, so I didn't have to do like that crazy vote thing like we did last time. All right, so once the votes are read, the decision is final and the person is voted out will be asked to give me some final words and then leave the tribal council area. If there is anyone who has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play that, they should play that now. Okay, I will read the votes. The first person, or first vote is Dan. The second vote, Amy. Third vote, Dan. Fourth vote, Dan. Dan. And with that, Dan, this is the last vote. Dan, you are the first player eliminated from the game. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. I really tried to do a lot of saving myself. Nobody was talking to me, and it was weird. So I knew it was coming, but this sucks. Kind of can't believe it. But oh well. Good luck, guys.
I I'm sad to see you go. Haven't seen you in the game in a little while, but obviously I'll invite you back in the future and you will join us again in the finale. One thing that I do need to ask everyone is that since our tribal council is over in just a few minutes, please do not tell anyone what has happened until the episode comes back when we come back at 8:45. Keep it to yourself. And then we'll reveal it in the episode. But that is it. Dan, the tribe has spoken. Thank you for playing. Oh, that is actually quite scary. All right. And all of you, we will see you soon. Please keep this to yourself. Do not share any results until later. What will happen is we will actually have the Josh Show tribe join, and then I'll have you all come in, and then I'll have the other tribe come in so they could see who is the eliminated player. Okay. So just stay in the, when we're in that, stay in the waiting room until that time. But congratulations, you're moving forward. I will see you at 8:45. And I'll see you soon. Just a moment ago, we witnessed our first elimination with the Damu tribe, and now we are here for our second tribal council with the Machozi tribe. Welcome, everyone. Tonight, 2 players are going to be eliminated. But first, before we get there, we are going to ask some questions of the Machozi tribe. What do you base your vote on for the first tribal council in a game like this? Anyone can answer. Go ahead, Jackie.
Okay. Go
Or
ahead.
Jake, go ahead.
Oh, Joe, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. I mean, for me, this is very difficult. I've never done one of these games before. So, I mean, it kind of comes down to who I think I have the best chance to survive with, for at least one more time. So that's what it comes down to for me.
Yeah. Jackie?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, since it's so early on in this, we literally just started, you have to kind of go off history if you know, like, any player's history. I know some people haven't played before, but if you do know, if there's if there are some players that have played before, that might have an advantage, or there are people who have won who might serve to be a threat to me. That's kind of what I'm thinking about as well, moving forward, to give myself the best chance,
Sure. Anyone else want to answer that question?
I agree
I
with
would say-
Jackie.
I was just gonna say, it's different when there's only 6 players on the tribe. Usually there's 8 or 9, and it's pretty easy to pick out 1 or 2 who are fairly weak. And I think we just haven't played enough to get to know each other. And so it makes it very, very difficult to vote someone off this early, not knowing anyone other than the one short game we played, and we were all running around like crazy. So I don't think any of us really was going on.
Yeah, I would sort of second that. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. If it doesn't really matter who talks, I just wanted to make sure because Emily had something to say. What were you going to say before?
Oh, I was going to agree with Jackie that I think you have to look at your overall game and see where you think you're going and who you'd want to be playing with down the road and who you do think that you might be threatened by down the road. There's a lot, and it is really tough, especially when you have a small group like this. And I think what Jackie said as well, you do have to look at history to some extent, so you know who knows how to play, etc.
Sean, did you want to add to that?
No, I'm pretty much in line with sort of what everybody said, for sure.
All right. So obviously this game has, it can have a lot of mental challenges. There will be some physical challenges. How much does that play into your choices today? I mean, if you played any of these games before, even though we're on Zoom, some of these do get pretty physical. Does that play into choices?
There's a lot of people on it who are very physically talented. Really do, if we look at it. I think this team could be a powerhouse in physical challenges.
I think it can play a role. but it's a little early to say what what everybody's weaknesses and strengths are. So it's a little tough.
All right. Obviously, having partners in this game can change game strategy. How do you think this will influence your game or others as players down the line? Anyone?
I think I see. So since because obviously we all said that we thought the partners were going to be split and that was going to be the two tribes. So now that we have that some tribes have partners that are together, some tribes have partners that are separated on different tribes. So it's like kind of you have to think about what those partnerships, even though they might not be the ones that are separated, might not be on the same team, what that could mean for you if they remain in the game on separate tribes down the line, because just because they're not in the same tribe right now doesn't mean that they might not align together in the future or something like that,
Yeah. Someone else?
I think every partnership's going to be a bit different, and that some partners might go after each other and know that their partner is very threatening, and other partners might try to team up. And I think it's going to be hard to say until you see it play out a little bit.
So obviously your tribe has 2 partnerships on it. How does that how is that going to affect your game? Let's talk to Joseph. Joseph, what do you think? Because you're on the team with your dad. How do you feel about that?
You keep breaking out. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, I said your team has the most partnerships, to be honest. It's the team with 2 sets of partners. Everyone else is kind of like split up all over the place. But how do you feel about working on the same team as your dad?
I am pretty confident and comfortable with everybody. I don't really know much. I'm just waiting to see what happens. I kind of trust everybody, honestly. I can't really say anything, so I'm just gonna see how it plays out.
Jake, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same thing right before you said it, was just that we've got 2 sets of partners, essentially, is the way I looked at it, at least coming into this. And I happen to be one of the ones that doesn't have the only person that I knew coming into this game was my brother. Being first time playing Survivor, he got me into it, and now I'm on a team with 5 other strangers, essentially. So trying to figure out who I can work with well, and who I think is going to be able to get me to where I want to be. And so.
Yeah. Emily and Sean, obviously your partnership here, how does that affect your game? Being on the tribe together.
Well, I guess since we're on a tribe together, we do talk about the game. Otherwise, we wouldn't be allowed to talk about the game, which I think is, I understand why, and we won't talk about the game, but it's tough not to when you're in the same house. So that's been kind of nice that we can talk about it. But I don't think it's affected a lot, honestly. I think we're still kind of playing separate games.
Yeah.
Andrew, what do you think? Oh, go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just gonna say I agree. I don't think it really has affected it. I think if anything, it's maybe puts a target on us, which isn't ideal. So I worry about that a little bit.
Andrew?
And I would kind of say the opposite, because I don't think people want to knock out a new player right away and not give them a chance to play. So that scares me a little bit, a lot actually. I'm not gonna lie about it. And I think, I don't know, it's just tough to see how this is all gonna play out.
With that, it is time to cast our first vote to eliminate a player from the Machozi tribe. So in just a second, I'm going to ask you to text me, not the group, text just me, the name of the person you want to eliminate from the game. Just as a reminder, if there is a tie, then the tied players will not vote and will have a second vote between the other players who will vote between the tied players, okay? If there happens to be a tie again, according to the rules, those players will be safe and the others will leave it up to a game of chance to see who is eliminated. So keep that in mind. And at this point, it is time to cast your vote to eliminate someone. So go ahead and send me that text. Okay, I have all the votes. Just give me 2 seconds to write them out so I can present them to you dramatically. Be right back.
I'm just gonna fall back into the darkness.
I know this is awkward.
Oh,
Also nerve-wracking.
It's scary.
I have my actual fire going. Can we see it?
Oh, that looks really nice.
Yeah.
That's real?
It's an electric fireplace. I wish it was wood.
I have a little candle, and then I put candle videos on my monitors behind my laptop.
Oh, that is nice.
All the candles.
I was wondering why you were flickering more than me. Like the same candle.
Okay, I'm back.
Nice. Nice.
By the way, you were being recorded at that point too, just for a little fun
It's
interaction.
perfect.
You guys about the candles and all. All right, so in just a moment, I will reveal the votes, and the person who is voted out will be asked to give me some final words and then leave the tribal council area. But before we get to that, at this point, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play that, they should do so at this point. Okay, I will read the votes. All right, the first vote. Emily. Second vote. Jackie. Third vote. Emily. Jackie. So that's 2-2. 2 Emily, 2 Jackie. Jackie. And the final vote, Jackie, which means Jackie, you have been eliminated tonight. You want to say a few final words here to the group?
I really don't have much to say, to be honest. Thank you, Matt. I hope everyone has a nice holiday, I guess. Good luck. Have fun. Don't trust anyone.
Jackie, thank you for playing. It is the hardest day for me too, the first day of elimination, but we will have you back in the end to address the finalists. And of course, you can always play again in the future. And one last thing before you leave is please, no one share any of this with anyone until it's revealed during the episode. The the people that are in and the people that are out, okay? So with that, our tribal council is over. Jackie, the tribe has spoken, and you can blow out your candle. And we'll see you soon. And everyone else, I'll see you in a little bit for our next competition.